We're talking about citizenship. We're talking about the renunciation of citizenship. Let's go to Mike in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Bill, I was born in Croatia in 1944, came to the U.S. as an immigrant in 1950. My father, in his entire life, spent 18 years in his homeland, land of birth, Croatia. He was an expatriate most of his life. When on my father's deathbed, my father said, I came to the greatest land that God ever created, the United States of America. Both my parents are buried here. I have the opportunity, if I wish, to go back to Croatia. I have citizenship in Croatia and the American citizenship. I value the American citizenship far beyond any citizenship that Croatia could give me. To hear the American people on your show this morning glum and willing to give up America and give up their American birthright makes me really want to cry.
Well, they're saying that they're thinking about it because they think the situation is very bad. You heard the last caller said it couldn't get worse. Now, I certainly don't agree with that.
Can I say something to those people?
Yeah.
Then you do not deserve to have the American citizenship. My father, in his entire life, was a man who went all over Europe, so every phase of life you could imagine. He said to me when I was about 30 years of age, he says, I came to the land where I was supposed to come to. I never want to leave here. All you have to do I would say this to an average American today, and I'm almost in tears when I hear Americans so down in the dumps. I cannot believe that 1.5 years of Obama can bring the American people to their knees. You have to fight for your freedom. The men in Iraq and Afghanistan are fighting for you, and you're willing to give it up because of one man from Chicago? You're willing to give this up because of the Democrats in this country? You're willing to give up what God gave you? There is no better place, folks, on the face of this earth than the United States. I've got a boy who's handicapped. I've got a wife, an American-born. She's scared to death. I told her, I said to my wife, I said, Catherine, we are going to stay here. We are going to fight for your birthright, for our son's birthright, and for what the birthright my father brought me to. This country is worth fighting for. It's worth dying for. And those of you that are willing to give it up, go. You'll be crawling back to this country.
It's a beautiful statement, Mike. Let's join the argument. It's a beautiful statement, as good as anything I've ever heard on the radio.
Thank you.
Let's join the argument. I mean, respond not to the general point about leaving the country or not.
You cannot find a greater place
okay.
on the face of this. You know it, and I know it, and a lot of people in this country know it. She's worth dying for.
But what people are saying is it's beyond recall, that things are bad. Things have gone, I'm just thinking of the last 4 calls. Things have gone so far to the left. We're violating the Constitution. The country has moved in a direction that's irrevocable. And
it's not irrevocable.
Okay.
Bill, everything can change. There is a reason for this land to be here. There is a reason why people from all over this earth have come running to this country. She is worth fighting for, and those people... I was at a town hall meeting in Romulus, Michigan back last year. There were 70 and 80-year-old women that are standing in line. They were willing to argue, and they were willing to fight for this country. Old women in wheelchairs, in walkers. My God, if they can fight... I am so proud of people like Sarah Palin, Bachman, Blackburn, Mr. Paul Ryan. These people are fighting for our freedoms. These people are fighting for our country. We deserve this country only if we're willing to stand up and fight for it. Times are hard. They will be hard. They will be harder. But this country, there is no greater place. And those of you that want to give up your citizenship, you don't deserve this country.
There are, let me just read this. It's a complimentary email, complimentary with an E, C-O-M-P-L-E to you. What you're saying is from Craig also in Michigan. Bill, since there are no permanent victories in politics, there's some hyperbole going on. Renouncing one's citizenship is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Obama and the progressives are ascendant now, but will eventually be turned back if we stick together and work against his agenda. You don't cut off your leg at the knee because you have a really bad foot cramp. I think you're making a similar point, right? This is temporary.
Bill, just keep the fight up. I listen to you. I've become a devotee of yours. I listen to you every day, and I hear the downness in your voice too. But all I can tell...
No, it's not down. It's not down.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let me interrupt. It's not down. I'm trying to take listeners as I do take them seriously, and I take the issue seriously. I am not down. I mean, I even when I try to be down, my sense of optimism intrudes. I try to be a philosopher. My sense of humor breaks in. But it's also, I think, and I mean, let me just say a word here. I think it's somewhat my knowledge of history. I know about this country. I know we've been through much worse, even much recently. 1968, I call it in my book Annus Horribilis. Horrible year. Death of people, assassination of people, America being spelled with a K. Do you remember presidents and presidential aspirants being killed in our lifetime, civil rights leaders, candidates being shot, 50,000 American soldiers killed in a war Congress stopped while we were winning that war? This was worse. This was worse. And that was just recent, and you don't have to, and you can go back much further in American history and find worse things. I want to take the callers seriously. If the tone you heard was serious, it's because I woke up this morning and got a very sobering story in the New York Times about people renouncing their citizenship. That's what I'm down about. I'm not down about the country. I'm down about people getting ready to quit it.
Bill, all I can say is every morning I just thank God I'm here.
I thank God you're there, too, and I thank God you called this show today. Thank you very much, Mike.
What
do you do, may I ask?
Huh?
What do you do?
I was an oil salesman for years. I've just retired. I've survived lung cancer and prostate cancer, and I can tell you from the medical standpoint, there is no better medical system than we have in this country.
I want you to be a teacher. That's what I want you to be. I want you to go teach. You're a great teacher.
Thank you very much, sir. All I can say is when I heard that man Joe call, I just thought of all of the people from Croatia that are in this country that have the same feeling that I have for this country.
Joe's not going to do it.
All I can say is
he's just getting
America is the greatest land. Every day, get down and if you have the opportunity, just kiss the ground and thank God you're here.
Thank you very much, Mike. Thank
Bye-bye.
you very much. What a great call. Call us often. How about that guy, guys?
How good was he?
How good was he?
Wake up call.
I just, it's so interesting. You try to be a good host and be candid and, straightforward, but you want to give people their say, first of all. These are serious times, second. Third, yeah, I was down, but what got me down wasn't that I think it's time to leave the country. It's that what got me down was the report that a lot of people do think it's time to leave the country. We got a ton more calls on this, and isn't it interesting how with Arizona in the background, and we can talk specifically about Arizona if you want. Weave Arizona into this conversation, folks. You know how to do that. This is what's driving the show. Stay with us. I cannot thank the caller enough. Can we give him a watch, a boulevard? Can we give him a book? Can we give him a watch inside a book? Can we give him a watch inside a book, inside a premium membership and an egg roll? 2 egg rolls? Does it come with egg rolls? Hello?
We'll check with the marketing department. I'll check
Call
upstairs.
marketing. I'll be right back. It's Morning in America.